You may have heard the word exception and then wanted to stop programming right there because teachers do a horrible job of explaining what exceptions are, and you're sitting there like, well, okay, I guess I'll try to figure it out on my own. And it stays unclear and it's never taught to you exactly what exceptions are. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So here's my video on exceptions in Java explained for you. Hey, what is up? I'm Alex. Welcome back to another Java video. On this channel, I make Java tutorials just like this one every single week. So if you're new here, if that's something you might be interested in, then consider hitting that subscribe button. So I think the best way to learn about exceptions in Java is to actually make some ourselves and try to make some understanding of it. So we'll first make a new Java project by going to File, New Java Project. I'll call it just like Exceptions in Java. Hit Finish. Open up that project we just created, right click on source and go to new class. This is just a Java file. We'll name it exceptions. Exceptions. Man, typing's hard. Spelling's hard. If you're a bad speller, leave in the comments because I know I am. I have the dictionary definition of an exception in Java, so I'm just going to pull that up right now. Okay, definition. An exception is an event which occurs during the execution of a program that disrupts the normal flow of the program's instructions. Okay, so an exception is an event that happens when we try to run a program that makes the program stop working. So let's make that even more clear by making some exceptions ourselves. Let's make like an array here and try to do something weird with the array. So we'll just make like a string array and we'll call it pets equals a new array like that. And we'll put in like 3 pets here, like a dog, a cat, and a kangaroo. Actually, kangaroos are pretty scary. I wouldn't want one as a pet. But what I would want is a monkey. Let's print something out that we know works. We know that we can get an element from an array by typing the name of the array, some square brackets, and then the index, which starts at 0. So if we wanted to get dog, we would type pets 0. So save it and run it, and we get a dog printed out. But what if we forgot that indexes started at 0 and we wanted a monkey? And when we thought logically, well, 1, 2, 3, I'll get the third element and type a 3 in here. Let's see what happens. Save it and run it. And you get this error with like all these weird words, these weird like dots and quotation marks and underlines and parentheses. And the first word is exception. When I clicked the run button, it tried to make sense of this Java code we just wrote. But it noticed that pets 3 doesn't exist. It only goes 0, 1, 2. There isn't a fourth one for index 3. So Java was like, nope, we can't turn this into machine code. We just can't because you're not following the rules. So this event stopped the execution of the program, and hence we have the word exception here. Then it continues to say in thread main. That just means this exception was found in the main method. Then we see this java.lang.array index out of bounds exception 3 at exceptions.main. The exception was thrown in the main method, and this is the name of the exception here. Array index out of bounds exception. And it's kind of what happened here. We have an array and an index that's out of the bounds of the array, 0, 1, 2, and we put a 3 there. And that's what they show us here, the 3 that we put in. If we tried to do like get the 6th index for whatever reason and ran it, we'd get a 6 shown with that array index out of bounds exception. And the second line right here is just saying exceptions.main. That's our class exceptions.main main method. It's at line 7. Line 7 here is where the exception was. And that's great and all, but let's keep trying to destroy a program and learn more about exceptions in Java. Let's say we have an integer I, but we set it equal to something in double quotes, like my name. We get an underline here saying that you can't convert from string to int because string is double quotes and it's an integer variable. You just can't do that. What would happen if we tried to run it? Let's save it and click the run button and just see what happens. It's warning us that there's errors, but we're just gonna see what happens. we get a red message. It looks bad. And the first word again is exception. In thread main, the main method, java.lang.error is looks like that's what the exception is. And then it goes on to explain it can't compile because there's a type mismatch. We can't convert from string, Alex, to integer I. And again, it shows us exceptions.main, and it's on the 6th line. So this is very useful for debugging. You can look at the exception, and it kind of gives you a nice description of kind of what happened, what it thinks might have happened to make the program stop working. It gives you a line number, shows you exactly where it's going wrong. And so you can read the exception in Java to sort of fix your program. They're pretty useful, and it's pretty nice, but it looks really confusing at first, and they never taught me this in school. God, look, I have my computer science degree right here. You see it? Computer science. And they never taught me what exceptions were, really. They may have talked a sentence or two about it, maybe one slide, maybe. But yeah, let's keep doing some stuff. I like to keep you entertained. Let's try to make an array list, see what we can do with array lists. I have a video covering array lists in Java on the screen now if you want to check that out, but we'll just call it like list equals new array list, just like that. The array list is going to hold strings, so that's why we have these these weird little brackets with strings. Very special and weird looking for array list, but we're just going to accept it. Click import array list to let Java know that we want to use it. We'll type list dot to see what our array list can do, and let's try to get another index. So we'll get like 0. Get the first element of this array list, but there's nothing in it. So is something going to happen? Well, let's see. We'll save it, run it. And yes, something did happen. We get another exception. Most of the red lines, like a bunch of lines like this you see, are going to be exceptions. And again, an exception in Java is just an event that happens when you click the run button that changes the flow of the program, makes it stop working. Exception in thread main, java.lang.index out of bound exception. This is similar to the array index out of bounds, but it's just like, it's slightly different. The next line, it looks like it goes into the array list class itself, the array list code itself. There's a line in there that went wrong, which was linked to another line in array list that went wrong, and it all started at exceptions main on line 8 right here. Now I'm going to sneak peek into one of the most commonly confusing exceptions, the null pointer exception. And I might have a separate video just on the null pointer exception, but let's sort of see what happens. What happens is you create an object or a variable and you set it equal to null. Null just means nothing. It doesn't mean 0. It doesn't mean an array list with 0 things in it. It just means that this list exists, but there's nothing there. It's kind of like a placeholder for the list, but there's nothing in it. A little tricky, but I'll explain that in the null pointer exceptions video. If that's up, I'll put it on the screen now. But now if we did list.get 0 and save that and run it, then we get, something different. Exception, good, that's an exception. We know what exceptions are. Java checks our code. If something's not right, it'll give us something called an exception, which will make a program stop working. This exception was in the main method, and it's called java.lang.nullPointerException. A null pointer exception, and it was found at line 8 right here. A null pointer exception means that the thing you're trying to do stuff on is not there. We're trying to get something at index 0 on a list. We know the list exists, but it's not there. So it's a little confusing, but that's a sneak peek into the null pointer exception. To fix a null pointer exception, all you have to do is make sure that you're setting your object, in this case an array list, it could be anything like a string, just make sure it's set up properly in the first place. And that's the easiest way to avoid null pointer exceptions. So to fix this, we would just type new array list, make sure everything's all good looking, save it, and then we'll maybe add something, list.add, like a book, save it and run it. We're not doing anything with the book, so we'll just print it out, make sure everything's working, all our exceptions in Java are handled, and we get book. No exceptions. And we're great. We're great. It's dandy. It's dandy. Everything's good. Everything's good, guys. It's okay. It's okay. Exceptions aren't scary. They tell you what's going on. They tell you the exact line number that things are going wrong at, and they actually help you. So if I helped you learn about exceptions in Java, please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you want more videos like this. And as always, I appreciate you being here on this video with me. It really means a lot. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'll see you later.